Hello everybody, welcome to Shadowlet Shows. I'm Shadow, and the name is Shad for short, and today we're going to be drawing some LEGO Monkey Kid fan art. Now, this is my absolute favorite show. I've been completely obsessed with it for I don't even remember how long, because it's apparently ruined my concept of time. And you can see some of my obsession on my YouTube channel, actually. I believe I've made 2 edits so far, more to come. But I figured I'd just do a little speed paint and tell you my process for this art because I'm really proud of it. So let's just get into it. So as you can see, I've made this in Ibis paint. I used my finger to draw, as always. I took this picture of a bus stop because this was the aesthetic I wanted to go for. Just a little city thing. Some very basic blocking out, obviously. I really struggled with the pose in this part. As you can see on the left, I did like a little miniature version of the pose. And then I left to go eat dinner, that's why it paused. But I eventually did figure it out. Now this is with Macaque and Wukong from LEGO Monkey Kid. I was able to do an extremely simple sketch. I've learned, little art tip, the more you draw a character, the easier it is to sketch them out in a simpler way later. Which is definitely good, because I have a lot of original characters that I'm going to be animating. Here you can see the line art, which, I really like the line art, and once again, because I've drawn these characters a lot, I was able to do a simpler sketch and then just kind of block the rest of it out. References will always be your best friend, too. I used references for the jacket, otherwise it would not have looked as good as it did. I could have just done their basic outfits, but I wanted this to be like a snowy winter type thing. So I thought it'd be cute. Just put them in little outfits for the winter. I thought that's cute. I also gave myself a little challenge for this piece, which was to try and not use the undo button as often as I usually do. You won't see when I use the undo button because Ibis Paint, it doesn't register that in the speed paints. It kind of just gets rid of it, which, I don't know, I think that's kind of dumb. I went ahead and skipped forward a little bit because apparently my dinner break was longer than I, remembered. This also took me over the course of a couple days, keep that in mind. Now here we have me drawing Wukong. I believe I may have actually drawn him more than Macaque, which is kind of weird, considering Macaque is actually my favorite character in the show. As you can see, I drew their hair differently. I did Macaque's a little bit longer, which I think looks nice. Nice way to differentiate the characters. And then I even did the fur on their tails. I did that a bit different too. I did Wukong's softer, and then Macaque's was a bit sharper. I used those colors directly from outfits they wear in the show. Now, the backgrounds were rough because I don't ever do backgrounds. I'm working on learning them, though, because I can't have every single one of my characters living in a void. I also used, whatever it's called, the line tool, I believe, on Ibis Paint for the bench and most of the bus stop, and other aspects of the background. No, my lines are not that straight. I just used the line tool. Some people may call me lazy, I don't really care. It works, and it made it look really good in the end. Plus, once again, I draw with my finger on my tablet, so it does help make the lines straighter. If I didn't do that, it would look like trash. I also used, I forgot to mention when I was doing the lamp, the street lamp, I used a Bezier curve, I believe it's called. Here, I sketched out the background, what I wanted for a vague background. I blocked it out with colors. Here's me fiddling with the perspective. I really struggled with the perspective on this one, but I think it ended up good. Here I did the basic lines, and here I thought it would be funny to do a Kung Fu Monkey Cop reference, because if you look on bus stops, they always have that, like, little picture thing, and I thought that was cute. And then, so it wouldn't blend in too much with Wukong, because I wanted him to stand out, I, kinda, as you could see there, I simplified the poster a bit more. Here, but now I'm actually doing the lines for the background in this part, which means I'm caring more about the perspective and details. Something I've also learned, tip 2, is that, sketches don't have to be good. They just have to tell you where things are. At the end of the day, this is just my process, everyone's gonna have a different process, but sketches don't have to be great, as long as you know in general where everything's gonna go. Here's my favorite part. My favorite part of drawing has to be lighting, because lighting is so fun. Shading, specifically, I love shading. I do multiple shading layers. I do a shade of purple on multiply and 60%. And then I adjust that as I have to. I believe I did over 60% then to get it to be more of a stark contrast, especially in the nighttime scene. And I did extra dark purple colors. I did the highlights in true LEGO Monkey Kid fashion and added the snow. And there you go. This is what the finished piece looks like. It's actually my favorite piece of LEGO Monkey Kid fan art I think I've ever made. I think it's really good. Anyway, that is the end of this video. It was a pretty short and sweet one. I had fun making this. I hope you had fun watching it. If you want to see more LEGO Monkey Kid content from me, I have an AO3 where I'm currently making a LEGO Monkey Kid fanfiction. I have Blue Sky, which is where I put all my LEGO Monkey Kid things. I have Tumblr, which also has Monkey Kid content. And if you want to see my original content, it's here on YouTube and over on Tumblr. I hope you have a good day. If your day hasn't been good, I hope this made it a little bit better. Thank you so much for watching, and bye!